Walking Dead live stream. And in this one, we're going to be talking a little bit more about San Diego Comic-Con and also Rick Grimes news, everything like that. We're just going to be chilling out for a little bit. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be live today. Probably not that long, but it's going to be a decent little stream. We'll see, maybe, 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how things are going. So, yeah, just, I'm going to give, just a second for people to get in here and everything like that. This is a little bit early compared to the other streams that I've done, but I think it'll be fun to get in here with you guys. So hopefully we can get some people in here. And yeah, if you're seeing this as a VOD, just wanted to say, make sure you drop a like, make sure you turn on those notifications so you guys can get in here for the next stream. I do go live pretty frequently now on YouTube. I do enjoy YouTube streaming. It's pretty fun. So if you want to, make sure you subscribe and turn on those post notifications. Just to build off of yesterday's stream, if you guys remember, we were talking about Andrew Lincoln news and the potential for Rick Grimes to be in another spinoff and everything like that. It was a really fun stream. Make sure you guys go check that out. Yo, Sage, what's good, brother? Thought I would just chill out with you guys for a little bit. Need to plug in my phone, though, golly. Hope everybody's doing good. A little bit of an earlier stream today. I'm still in the process of trying to fully understand when the best time to go live is. Because it's obviously different making videos and streaming, so. But yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to be live in this one. Probably not too long, because I'm kind of want to go get some breakfast, so. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Hopefully you're doing great. We're getting closer and closer to San Diego Comic-Con, man. I'm really hoping we got something to talk about from that. That'd be sick. I'm really hoping we get a Rick Grimes announcement, bro. It'll be fun. What a great time that'll be, huh? To have that level of hype again. It'll be really awesome, man. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out, like, the best times to really go live for people and for the people on my channel, maybe it would be in the afternoon, maybe the morning time. I don't really know when the best time to go live is for everybody, but I'm still trying to figure that out. This is the first time I've gone live in the morning, so we'll see how this does. We'll see how many people we can get in here, how the conversations go and everything like that. Probably just going to be till 11 o'clock, though, so probably just going to be a little 30-minute stream. Just hanging out with you guys because I do want to go get some breakfast. But we can hang out in here for 30 minutes, have some good conversations. I'll also be doing a video later today as well, too. So that'll be exciting. Good times, good times. I rewatched The Ones Who Live again. Loved it all over again. Man, it's a good rewatch. It's actually a really good rewatch, especially the first episode. The first episode's so fire, bro. Holy. I think one of my biggest questions I had during The Ones Who Live, just from my standpoint, was like, is this the start of something new or is this the end? You know what I mean? Annie's big day. Hope you're having a great day. I only watched the newest series. Which one? There's a couple new ones. The newest would be Dead City, technically, right? Dead City. Or do you mean like the newest new series? The Ones Who Live. Yeah, it's a good show. Did you like it? Did you enjoy? I think like my big question, like during the ones who live that I had was like, is this the start of something new or is this the end? You know what I mean? That's kind of what my big question was during that show. Like, is this the start of something brand new or is this the end, you know? And I kind of felt like it was both throughout the whole show, to be honest. But then they left it kind of open ended, so I was like, oh, this is probably, potentially the start of something new, maybe. We'll see. 28 people in the chat? No way. Drop a like on the stream or you're gonna have bad luck forever. Drop a like on the stream or you're gonna throw up your breakfast. Let's go, lock in. No, but for real, I hope you guys are all having a good day. Whoever you are, wherever you're from, I hope you guys are doing great and having a fantastic day for real. I agree, Sage. I think the world does. Well, because that's the thing, right? So like the main question, I think this is kind of one of those things I wish like Scott Gimple would answer more, you know, to the point and being straightforward and stuff. But like people, like you need to understand. Okay, is the universe like close to an end, or is it going to continue on, right? Like, because these actors are getting old. Bradley Rick Grimes is a gangster for sure, my brother. Yo, we got 39 people in here, bro. This is the most I've ever had in a live stream. So if you're in here and if you're new to the channel, make sure you drop a like on the stream. Make sure you subscribe. I go live all the time, and I would love to get in here and talk to you guys and get to know you guys a little bit better. I'm also thinking about starting a Discord server too, which would be really fun. So if you have any interest in that at all, make sure you subscribe, come in here, hang out with me. We can get some fun stuff going for sure. What was your favorite season of Walking Dead? Man, probably season 6. I think 6 was my favorite because the cast was so good, and the whole like the hype building up to Negan and the introduction of the Saviors was really awesome. I was really excited about that. I was really excited about that. Learning about the hilltop, learning about the kingdom, or not the kingdom, but learning about the hilltop, learning about all that stuff. Like Carl getting his eye shot out was awesome. Like season 6, there was the most zombies or the most walkers ever in season 6. So I preferred season 6 over any of them. I think the cast was the strongest. I think the stories were great. I really love season 6. Even on the rewatch, I'm currently in the middle of rewatching it. I'm rewatching the whole Walking Dead with my girlfriend because it's her first time seeing it. And we're on season 8 right now, but we, recently finished up season 6. And man, I have to say, even on the rewatch, season 6 is really great. Season 8's also not as bad as I remembered. I'm not going to lie. I think season 8 might low-key. Season 8 might have got way too much hate, to be honest. You only got up to 5? Yeah, 5's a great season, too. 5's one of the best. Gets a lot of love in the fandom. A lot of people like 5. 5's a great one. Broke a lot of TV records. But yeah, Sage, especially now, yeah. I agree because it's like I was saying, bro. Like Scott Gimple, is it the end or the beginning? You know what I mean? Is it something new or is it ending soon? You know what I mean? That's kind of like the way I look at it. And he's always talking like it's not ending soon. And I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. I mean, there's a lot of people in The Walking Dead that are still young enough. Like Rick Grimes is young enough. Stopped halfway through 5 thinking about rewatching. I just got bored. Yeah, I mean, if you like it, here's the thing I always tell people, right? Like, some people get bored, some people don't. Personally for me, I never got bored because I was always just like madly in love with the universe. You know what I mean? I've always been kind of a big nerd when it comes to this show. I mean, obviously, that's why I created a YouTube channel about it, because it's kind of just fun to get in here and talk about it and have good times with people. But like, I mean, hey, if you get bored with something like that, maybe that's the best thing you can do. Kind of take a little break, come back to it later, and maybe you'll have a brand new appreciation for it. That's happened with me in other shows, that I thought I didn't like really at that time. I'm like, oh, I got kind of bored with it. And then boom, you take a little break and you come back, and then it's like, oh man, hey, maybe I was just going through something in life that was distracting me really heavy during this time, or maybe I was dealing with some stuff that was affecting me and I had a really short attention span during this time in life, right? There's a lot of outside, like, exterior factors that can really impact how much you're enjoying something, for sure. Like, and I've experienced that firsthand with life and life issues and drama. And obviously, you could have just gotten bored because you didn't like the story. I mean, that's the thing too. But there are a lot of factors to watching a show. For sure. I've experienced it. Even playing video games, bro. Like, anything you do in life, man. There's factors sometimes that affect how your experience is. So sometimes the best thing you can do when you have an interest in, like, a universe, or if you have a universe or have an interest in a universe, or a fiction or something that you're really into, take a little break, come back to it later, and you'll probably have a brand new love for it, a brand new appreciation. It can happen that way, for sure. Breaking Bad, I've heard it's great. I've actually never watched Breaking Bad, bro, to be honest. I'm probably going to eventually, because I mean, it gets a lot of praise. It's an AMC show, it gets a lot of praise. I've never actually watched Breaking Bad, which is, kind of crazy, I guess. Everyone always says it's crazy. They're like, what? How could you never watch that? It's because I personally am not really a big TV show watcher. Like, I'm honestly not, bro. But everyone always tells me to watch Breaking Bad, so eventually I'm going to, for sure. I think during the next, like, dry spell for Walking Dead, like, maybe after Daryl Dixon season 3, or whatever it is, like, after Daryl Dixon season 3 wraps up, we're gonna have quite a while probably until there's any Walking Dead content. So after that, I'll probably watch Breaking Bad. After I get done with The Walking Dead with my girl and we get through the spinoffs and stuff, because, like, that's what me and my girl are doing right now. Like, we're gonna watch all The Walking Dead. We're in season 8, so we're gonna get through 8, 9, 10, and 11. Which is crazy, because you think The Walking Dead season 8, you think, hey, you're getting close to the end, but it's like, if you really go episode breakdown and look at it, not really. We still have so many episodes to watch, man. We're on season 8, episode 5. You know what I mean? And we still have all the rest of 8, 9, 10, and 11. Like, we still have, I think, around 60 to 70 something episodes left on that show, man. So, like, we're gonna get that done. Trust me, bro. Um, they should have made. Hold on, I gotta move my phone a different way real quick. E. Hartley, what's good? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a good day. Never caught one of your live videos, but I love the videos. Well, hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for stopping by. It's always good to hear from people. They should have made it dark, and should have made it more dark, and Negan shouldn't have been a joke. If the show was made on HBO, it would have been 5 times better. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big HBO guy, really, bro, to be honest. Zach, I don't like HBO too much. I think they have a lot of weird ulterior things going on with HBO. Michael, what's up, Michael? Michael Hammer Nick. What a name. We got Michael Hammernick. What a name, brother. Good. That's incredible. But I was never the biggest fan of HBO. I feel like they have a lot of weird agendas and stuff that ruin good stuff. Like, I mean, look what The Last of here's my thing. How could you look at a show like The Last of Us, which like should have been the best show of all time, which had the potential to be a great show, and look at how poorly that was handled, you know? And I cannot look at HBO with any sense of like legitimacy or sincerity and say, yeah, they would have done The Walking Dead better after what I've seen from their shows. I can't. I just couldn't. I don't think AMC did the perfect job, but I think AMC's done a pretty good job with what they've been given. True Detective Season 1 is a great season of television. Yeah, I'm always down to, if you guys ever have suggestions for anything, I'm always down to try anything. Let me know. I'll watch whatever you guys tell me to watch. But if it's dog crap, I'm gonna tell you it's poop. I'm gonna tell you it's bad, bro. Hartley, least favorite season of Walking Dead. Probably season 7, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Probably season 7. Last of Us is garbage. Yeah, dude. Season 2 is terrible. That's because of Druckmann, Neil Cuckman. Not HBO. Yeah, I mean HBO does have some good quality stuff, but I don't know. HBO has all the budget and everything and all the stuff, but the way they handle Last of Us, ugh. It probably is because of Druckmann. He probably has some sort of weird agenda where he's trying to get people to like the game more than the show. Because, I mean, that's what's happening, right? You see everyone's kind of going back to the game like, oh, the game was way better than the show now. So I think maybe he intentionally sabotaged the show. Like, that's a fan theory right there for you, right? But yeah, Hartley, I'd probably say probably season 7. Upon rewatching season 7, it's pretty slow. I just finished season 7. I'm actually in season 8 right now with my girlfriend. And yeah, we just finished season 7 like over this weekend. And I have to say, truthfully, like season 7 was a huge disappointment because like it started off so great and then it just went straight down, and it definitely got a little bit rough, not gonna lie. It got rough. I wasn't that into it. Like, I was kind of bored. It was so slow, and the bottle episodes and stuff, they just stretched it way out. And it's weird because like that was a time where The Walking Dead was so popular. They really fumbled that, bro. Yo, Luke, what's up, brother? I'd love another Rick spinoff. Yeah, you're possibly gonna get one, bro. You're possibly gonna get one. Possibly announced this soon. You know, or is it not this weekend? Is it this weekend? I don't think it is. No, it's not this weekend. I think it's next weekend. Yeah, no, it won't be this weekend. I believe it's next weekend, guys. Comic-Con's next weekend. Here soon, we could have a Rick Grimes announcement, bro. Stay tuned for that. Because, if you guys remember, I'm going to tell you guys this again. I told you guys this in yesterday's stream too, but Andrew Lincoln News tweeted earlier this year that Rick Grimes could appear in another spinoff. And let me tell you something about Andrew Lincoln News, bro. They do not tweet unless they have, like, direct permission from Andrew Lincoln or people close to Andrew Lincoln to tweet about him and his career. They are extremely reliable. They're extremely legit. Andrew Lincoln News has been right about everything. So when they tweet, you got to take it serious, man. They're being for real. So I believe that Rick Grimes will be in another spinoff. Some people are saying, well, a lot of people thought it was going to be Dead City. A lot of people were, saying it's going to be this and that. I don't know. I don't think they would, like, spoil that return of Rick, in terms of having Rick with the characters, again. I don't think they would ruin that. And just have him show up in Dead City or, show up in Daryl Dixon. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I believe Andrew Lincoln and Rick Grimes are way too big of character to, sit here and just bring him in for a quick little scene, no. I don't think that's going to happen. I believe it's going to be his own spinoff. I believe it's either going to be The Ones Who Live Season 2, build off that name. Since it's already a pretty big name, people actually know that. And here's the thing, too. I do know the numbers that The Ones Who Live brought in. So, they were good numbers. Better than what people might think. The Ones Who Live did great, bro. They did really great. Do they know what type of spinoff? Um, I don't know. No, they don't. They don't know what type of spinoff. I mean, I'm sure they know, but they haven't said so. E. Hartley, tell me what your least favorite season of Walking Dead was. Let me know that, guys. If you're in here, if you guys can hear me, let me know what your least favorite season of The Walking Dead is and why. We've seen mostly Rick and Michonne, not much of RJ and Judith. Yeah, it's probably going to be a continuation of The Ones Who Live, if I had to guess. It's probably going to pick up right where that left off, and it's going to practically be Rick going to the Commonwealth, Rick going back to Alexandria, stuff like that. They're probably going to have to include some sort of storyline where Alexandria gets destroyed, unfortunately, because they did take the walls down for Alexandria, a couple years ago. So I think, they're not going to put the walls back up, you know what I mean? So it's probably going to be like Rick maybe in an Alexandria home or something, and then like maybe I don't even know what would happen. There's some sort of like retaliation and like CRM soldiers try to like kill him or something for what he did. Maybe they bomb Alexandria or something like that. I don't know. There could be some cool storylines for sure. I could see him doing something like that. But they're going to have to do something that includes Alexandria getting destroyed, most likely. But yeah, Rick's definitely not done. Anybody who thinks Rick's done is wild. It's not done. They left it open-ended for a reason, bro. They would have wrapped up whatever they wanted to wrap up right then and there if it was done completely. If Rick was like done, they would have done the crazy time jump, had an older Judith. They would have done all that, right? They would have done all that stuff. But they didn't do that. And you have to remember, man, like Scott Gimple, everything he does is for a reason. So Rick's story is far from over. Maybe not far from over, but it's not over. He's got at least another spinoff in him. At least. And I mean, Andrew Lincoln was even saying that he would kind of like to go back to the original days, man. Like he was kind of saying that it would be fun to go back with, just that old Walking Dead vibe again, like going and seeing what happens when these two characters try to survive together, right? Imagine like Rick and Negan, bro. But I'm kind of over the whole spinoff stuff. Like, I kind of want the show to get back. Like, I want a new Walking Dead with all the characters back together. Like Daryl, Maggie, Negan, Rick, Michonne. That would be fire. Eugene, King Ezekiel. Or we can just say Ezekiel, not King Ezekiel, but Ezekiel. I would love to see that. Do they have the money for that? I don't know. Probably. Probably made enough money just from The Ones Who Live, to be honest. Yo, Betty. Hope you're having a good day. I agree, not over for Rick. He has not seen Daryl yet. Yeah, I mean, it's not that's a whole different aspect too. Like Rick and Daryl have to reunite. They will. And that's not going to be the end either. Somebody was telling me they think if when Daryl and Rick reunite, that's like the end of the show, and I'm like, no, bro, that's not. Like that's going to be the start of something new. Rick and Daryl back together means that they can have stories together again. That's a great base right there for the show. People would love to see Daryl and Rick back together. If Daryl and Rick were back together in a Walking Dead show, it would do really big numbers. It would do good. People would want to see that. So AMC knows that. AMC's very well aware of that. So I don't think that's the end. I don't think the end is anytime soon, guys, to be honest. I mean, based on the numbers The Ones Who Live did, I mean, Rick Grimes brings in a lot of viewers, bro. The return of Rick Grimes is a big deal. And I'm sure that they gave Andrew Lincoln an offer that he can't resist or he can't refuse. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they told him some crazy number like $5 million an episode, $3 million an episode, or something crazy like that. Hey, we'll pay you a lot of money to get Rick Grimes back involved, bro. And he's like, sure, why not? Who would turn down $3 million an episode, man? So we'll have to see. But Andrew Lincoln News did tweet that, guys, and you have to remember, I'm going to keep referencing that because that's the most important thing we have to remember. Andrew Lincoln News has never been wrong. Andrew Lincoln News on Twitter only tweets stuff when they have permission to do it. So you have to remember that. They're not just tweeting shit, or they're not just tweeting stuff to tweet it. They're being sincere and genuine, and, you know, they have to have permission to tweet. That means direct permission from Andrew Lincoln himself, or his agents, or people close to him. You have to remember that. I love when Michonne yanked Rick's out of the helicopter. Yeah, that was a funny scene. The Ones Who Live had a lot of great scenes. It was a really cool show. It was fun. It was good. It was a great 6-episode show. I kind of wish it was a little bit longer, maybe 8 episodes. I think that would have been cool to have a little bit more time with them. You know, considering the fact we haven't seen Rick in so many years. What was it, 5 years since he left the show? 6 years, I think, actually. I think it was around 5.5 years. Yo, Blake, what up? The first episode was the best episode in that series by far. I would agree it was the best, yeah. I think episode 4 was great. I think 5 was pretty fun. I think 2 was great too. The Michonne episode with Nat, that was gas, man. Luke, not saying it's a lie, but how can they be that close to Andrew? How many close to Andrew and they put stuff out about a spinoff? Well, the reason why is because there's something in the works. Something's going on. Something's been greenlit. That's the thing. If Andrew Lincoln News tweets about it, then something's been greenlit. Something's been okayed. Something's happening, right? Now, we don't know what that is. That's the confusing part, right? That's the hard part about it. It could be Rick just showing up in Daryl Dixon season 3. It could be a 10-second scene in Daryl Dixon season 3. It could be Rick talking to Daryl, over a radio, right? We don't know what it's going to be. But when they say Rick could appear in another spinoff, well, what do you think that means, right? We have to kind of break that down ourselves and use our brains here and kind of think about what that means. Yeah, there's a series called Cold Water. He is in a series called Cold Water. But the tweet said that he would appear in another Walking Dead spinoff, not that he was making a new show. Just to clarify. It wasn't them saying, yo, what's up, Bradley? Good to have you back, brother. But just to clarify, the tweet did not say Andrew Lincoln is in a new spinoff or in a new show. The tweet said Andrew Lincoln or Rick Grimes could appear in another Walking Dead spinoff. So there's a lot of interesting dynamics to that tweet because now we've got to think, okay, is it him appearing in Daryl Dixon or appearing in Dead City, or is it him having his own new spinoff, right? How do you perceive that, right? Is it there's going to be a new show with Rick, or he's going to show up in another show that's already established? If you look at the timelines, though, of the universe, I think the thing that would make the most sense was him having his own show. That's what I was thinking. I was looking at it like, okay, Rick's probably going to show up in a new show, right? That's just the way I perceive that tweet. But Andrew Lincoln News doesn't tweet. They've never been wrong. That's the thing. They've never been wrong. They're very legit. If there's any source truthfully, they're the most trustworthy source in the entire Walking Dead universe, bro. And all the fandom. They're the most legit source. Because years and years and years they've been around, and they've never been wrong with anything. If I remember correctly, they were saying that Andrew was leaving the show back years ago. when no one knew. And they also were saying that he was doing The Ones Who Live when no one knew. But they did say that. They did come out and say that, like, Andrew's going to be in a new Walking Dead spinoff in 2024. No one believed him, right? Everyone was being negative. Not true, not true. Boom, it was true. So they only tweet when they have direct permission from Andrew Lincoln himself, man. So, like, that's the one source. And trust me, I've been a part of this fan base for years and years and years. I've paid attention to all the spoilers. I paid attention to all the websites, all the forums, everything. And if there's one thing I can tell you guys, it's that Andrew Lincoln News is as legit as it comes. And anyone in this stream that's paid attention to Andrew Lincoln News knows that. Blake, I'm reading you. I just love seeing the Killer Rick when he wears that jacket in episode 1. Yeah, I mean, The Ones Who Live episode 1 was low-key like a maybe top 15, top 12 episode of all time of Walking Dead universe, no? I mean, I think it was wonderful. It could easily, I think, be a top 10 episode of all time in the Walking Dead universe, truthfully. Just hearing Rick narrate it, you know, or hearing Andrew Lincoln's voice, man, narrating it, that was sick. Yo, John Garcia, what's up, bro? I hope you're having a great day. They're saying Andrew Lincoln wants to do another Rick Grimes series where it's more dark and horror. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down for that. I'd be so down for that. It sounds like a great time. Sounds like a fun time. I would love to have a more horror-based Rick Grimes show, right? With, like, having Rick fight variant walkers and crazy stuff like that, right? That'd be sick. But, yeah, guys, we got 26 people in here. Remember, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notifications because I go live pretty much, well, not every single day, but I'm going to probably go live every day for a while because I really love doing these streams and talking with you guys. So don't forget to turn on the post notifications so you're notified every time I go live, every time I upload videos. I'm going to have a new video out today, so stay tuned for that. And I appreciate all the love and support. I have to go get some breakfast because your boy is hungry. It's like I'm out here living in a zombie apocalypse. I'm so hungry, man. So you guys stay safe out there, all right? You guys have a good day. I'm going to go and get me some breakfast. So I appreciate everybody for stopping by, man. You guys stopping by makes it a lot better. It makes it a lot more fun. And I love sitting in here and discussing Walking Dead with you guys. So make sure you subscribe and turn those post noties on. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next stream. Might go live again later tonight. We'll wait and see. Or maybe after I get breakfast and stuff, I might go live again. So stay tuned for that. But I appreciate the love and the support, guys. I will see you guys in the next stream or the next video, whatever. I love you guys all, man. Appreciate you. I'm out of here. I'm going to go get some breakfast. Hope you guys are having a safe day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.